Hi guys, welcome back to Life with Faith Aminaho. Today, I'm sitting down with Dr. Efe, who got the Global Talent Visa. Congratulations on your Global Talent Visa that you've gotten.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for agreeing to speak with us today.
You're welcome.
Yes. I'm aware that, you have a lot of experience with student visa application process.
Yes, I
you
do.
came in as a student. Before we get into that, can you just tell us, what inspired you to come to the UK? Why did you choose the UK?
I actually chose the UK to study amongst other countries.
Yeah.
Because UK, to me at that time, is one of the best schools to study because of the oil and gas companies in Aberdeen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so apart from going to the UK, I specifically chose Scotland and Aberdeen itself. Yeah, the oil city.
Aberdeen, yeah. I've been getting that a lot actually in our interviews.
Yes, so I believe you really want to do a program, you really want to understand what you're doing, you want to see, how it's done in the field. You really need to come to the city where thing is happening.
Yeah, exactly.
So I had to come to the UK and study at the University of Aberdeen. Actually, did my master's in petroleum engineering at the University of Aberdeen in 2018.
Okay.
So that's what really brought me to the UK.
Ah, okay. We'll be getting that a lot in some of the people that was spoken with. A lot of people are being strategic about where they want to study.
Yes.
They're not just picking anywhere in the UK, they're picking places that are experts in their field.
Exactly.
How did you come? Did you have to think about school fees? How did you navigate all of that? Tuition fees? I'm aware University of Aberdeen is quite expensive. Yeah, how did you navigate that?
I actually got a scholarship to come and study, but before then, I was already applying to the University of Aberdeen.
Okay.
So I've gone through the university website, saying how good the university is at that time.
Wait, you started applying before you got the scholarship? Before I got the scholarship,
yes.
Okay.
Because immediately after my first degree and my national service core NYSC in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So my plan was to travel abroad to do my master's program. So I was already, studying different institutions in the UK.
Yeah.
And I also looked at the US.
Okay.
But UK was more appealing to me, so I had to do my research.
Yeah.
So that's how I came to the UK.
How you came to Aberdeen. Okay. I also really want to ask, coming from Nigeria, you were looking for a scholarship and you wanted to come to one of the best schools to study petroleum engineering. How did you even think about that? What are the challenges you faced? Did you face challenges in applying? Did you get it immediately you tried, or did you have to try and try again? How did that go?
My case, it wasn't difficult. First of all, I graduated with first class in petroleum engineering. So most of the schools will be willing to get you into their program and study. But the only challenge you might face is the tuition fee. Okay. Because University of Aberdeen was one of the most expensive schools in the UK at that time. Yeah. So luckily, that year, 2017, when I was doing my application, I put in my application, went for their screening. The screening there at that time was writing an exam at that time. So I passed, got shortlisted among those that will be traveling to traveling abroad, let's say abroad to do your master's program. Of course, I chose UK, University of Aberdeen to be precise. Okay. So that was my own case. I didn't face so much challenge getting admission. Okay. Yeah. I got plenty admission over, so it was up to me now to decide which schools I want to really.
So it was now the issue of funding.
Exactly, the funding was challenged.
Which is why you know how to start applying for scholarships.
Exactly, that was it.
Scholarships like PTDF scholarship. Because immediately I heard you graduated with a first class, my head went okay. People like me that my first attempt in the university, I didn't get a first class. Do we still qualify for scholarships? Are there scholarships that you can apply if you get maybe 2-1?
Yeah. Of course, even the PTDF scholarship, they also accept 2-1. Okay. They accept 2-1. I think they also accept 2-2 if you have the relevant work experience. Okay. Yeah. So don't give up. Apply. It's worth trying.
Okay. How did you find studying in the University of Aberdeen? How was your journey? And how did you now go from Aberdeen because I know your next degree now was with the University of Strathclyde, in Glasgow, another top UK university
for business, yes.
Expensive as well.
Very expensive.
Yes. Yeah. So how did you go from the University of Aberdeen? How was studies for you, and what made you go to the University of Strathclyde?
Yeah, studies for me at the University of Aberdeen was good because you have plenty of international students coming there to study. Okay. So you have mix of both international students and the home local students. Yeah. So everyone, I think they're used to getting international students and that. So mixing up with the team, the group, your classmates, your course-mates, doing coursework, assignments, it wasn't difficult for me. So the best of it was pretty smooth. I graduated with distinction there.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because when you get funding to come and study, you need to really prove yourself.
Okay.
You need to prove yourself to your funder.
Okay.
Yes.
Was that very difficult to get?
UK schools are thorough.
Yeah.
Yes, you really need to do your work. Just like Nigeria, it's also thorough to get first in Nigeria.
But I feel like studying in Nigeria is harder.
You say so because access to some materials, study materials, yes. Yeah, but in terms of assessment, I think they are the same. They are both thorough. They are both thorough.
The difference is when I now decided to go back to school and study again.
Yeah.
I graduated with a first class in a UK university.
Wow, you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I graduated first class in a UK university, and I feel like it's more
because you had access to materials.
Okay.
You have a library you can access online.
But there are libraries in Nigeria as well. There are libraries
you cannot easily access them online. They don't have, like there are some university agreements, institution agreements, accessing different books, different journals. Some Nigerian schools don't have that access.
Okay, access to journals.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, if you say so, I would agree.
Yes. Although, so there are also schools in Nigeria that have access to these these agreements. Yeah. So they have access to these journals. So not all schools. Let's not generalize. Some schools in Nigeria also have access to.
Why I say that is I remember going through school in Nigeria and the lecturers you have a lot of assessments to do. You have a lot of coursework. The coursework was like 3 times what I had to do in the UK. What I had to do for a particular semester, for every course. You have maybe 4 courseworks, assignment, assessment, then exams, then practicals for one course.
Yeah.
Whereas in the UK, I didn't really go through all of that. So it was easier for me to just focus and read.
Yeah.
And read and study and look for the journals, like you said, and focus on my coursework to be able to pass.
So I would say in that case, Nigeria is thorough, yeah?
Yeah, Nigeria is tougher.
Thorough. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that UK universities, reduce the assessment.
No, I don't think
still go through it. Yeah, they'll still go through it in no way.
They're not as.
You might say they're not. It's not the program will not be as rigorous as you went through.
Yes, that's what I go.
Yeah, it might not be. Through. Yeah, it might not be some cases and some disciplines. Though.
Yeah.
You can't use your own discipline to generalize for other disciplines.
True. Okay, true. Because my second degree was in business.
Of course. So you are more focusing on more practical business things.
Yes.
And they are making you think about your own ideas at home. Whereas in engineering or other fields, you are thinking about your own. At the same time, thinking of how it's done all over the world and how you're going to apply it in the field. Okay. At the time, you need to run simulations, conduct experiments.
So it has now become a Nigerian university versus UK
university so I think it's field and discipline based.
Okay. Did you find that you had to do English test, and how was that for you? Like for each of the courses, did you have to do, or you just did once? And how was that for you? Was that easy for you to do?
At first, you grew up speaking English, you were trained in English. Sometimes you find out, why am I doing English test?
Why do I have
why am I doing this English test? And sometimes you find out from the home students, say, what did you score in your English? They'll tell you, I was not very good in English. And they are allowed to study without doing an English test. So in my case, the University of Aberdeen required me to have IELTS. Yes, IELTS at that time. Although some people said they did not need to do IELTS, but in my case, it was one of the mandatory requirements for my admission. So I had to register for IELTS at that time. And I across the cutoff points, I was able to satisfy them to get into the system. But some schools in the UK, you don't really need to have IELTS or TOEFL. Your WAEC suffices.
Or you like
your WAEC, you have a C. Yes,
English,
you have a C. C and above
would suffice.
So you don't really need to worry so much about getting IELTS in the UK. Most schools in the UK, they accept your WAEC and your NECO.
Why did you now decide to go to Strathclyde?
Yes.
Another master's.
Always interested in the top schools in your field or discipline. So Strathclyde at that time was one of the best schools in business. In the whole UK. So
you decided to go there.
To go to Strathclyde.
I'm not seeing a trend here. So anytime you want to apply for something, you're looking for the best.
Look for the best, yes. Look for the way you will learn it well.
Even if you don't have the money.
Yes. Don't think about the money when you do your application first. Shouldn't be the money first.
Yeah.
Yes. aim high.
Yeah.
Focus on your goal. What's your purpose? So I went for Strikeline. Going to Strikeline, realizing that one of the best schools, they have different accreditations, relevant accreditations. Before you do your application, always go to the school website, the course where they talk about the course structure, everything you need to learn. Know what you're going to, the opportunity you're going to have, who is coming to assess you, what kind of programs will you be exposed to, what kind of group like teams you'll be working with, those things.
Can you find out all of this information before your application?
Most of their websites are detailed. That's one thing about the UK.
Okay.
You're not going to a program where you just come and say, oh, sorry, we are not doing this one. You already know what you are coming to do. Exactly. So in that case, when you are not getting what you found on the website, that's where you now challenge the program or the system. So most times, in my own experience, I don't think anyone has said something different on the website and I experienced something different.
Yeah, me too.
I really enjoyed the best of
the one I applied for. Everything was exactly the way the school
exactly. That's the thing. That's the thing. They are transparent. That's the good thing. So that's how I transitioned from from University of Master's program after my master's in petroleum engineering to master's in business and management.
Was it distinction again?
Of course. You can't be such big tuition fee without having a good grade. Yes. You need to have a good grade. That's the only way you feel, it was worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 trends I'm noticing. The first trend is the best schools and the best the best grades.
Yes.
Okay. Then from the University of Strathclyde, after you graduated, you now did a PhD.
Yes, I did.
PhDs are expensive.
Of course, they are. They are.
Did you get funding? How did you do that? How did you talk to me about? I'm sitting down well to understand this part because I want to get there.
Yeah.
Right. So just let us know, how did you get funding first of all?
So while I was rounding up my master's program, I already have it in mind I was going to do PhD because my own goal in life is research.
Okay.
I love research. I love finding out something new.
Okay.
Why is this like this? Why is this not like this? I want to see, innovation is what really drives you. Even if you're a businessman, you want to find out, how best can I do my business? Innovation, can I step up? What will be different? Yes, that's my goal. I'm not interested in just a routine task and having the same result.
Yeah.
So I got funding eventually because I was already applying. You send a message to different professors, going through different funding websites, keep applying, sending your expression of interest with your CV, your cover letter, uploading, attaching your qualifications and everything. At least let this professor see what I have to offer. I could cover it. So
sorry, when you say eventually,
does
that mean you did
multiple?
Applied? Yes. Are you serious? Even with your pedigree or distinction, best.
What do you think he has? There are other people that have it. Yes.
So it was competitive.
Highly competitive in the UK. Very highly competitive, to be honest with you. So sometimes you end up sending emails to professors or academics, let me put it that way. It must be professors actually. So some of them might not even respond to you.
Wait. When I'm thinking about PhD application, wait. Let me wrap my head around this. I'm thinking about PhD application. I'm thinking I will go on the website and see the page and apply for admission. But you're talking about sending emails to professors. So were you sending messages to the people that put up these positions?
So the website, these funding websites, findaphd.com, jobs.ac.uk, those websites, they will say, if you want to apply for this PhD funding or scholarship, contact the the academy. They'll put the name for you to contact. So when you contact that person, what they are actually looking for is it's like a screening process, instead of having plenty of applications.
You
understand? And that's like a first stage screening to see what you can offer before you can even before they can even allow you to apply for for the admission. So when they have screened you,
the case if you want funding.
Exactly.
If you have all the money
you don't need, you just go to the website, apply for a PhD. You want funding. You need to give them. So this is what I can do. This is what I've done. How you meet the requirements of the funding and the rest. So that's how expression of interest, what they mainly call it. Yes, you send expression of interest. Later you send documents. You send your CV. Everything will now review and say, you are invited to an interview. They will interview you to see if what you are saying is actually
Yeah.
What you're claiming to have or what
actually
exactly.
Did somebody write a
because already AI writes it for you.
Oh yes, that's about that. Before I ask you how you got it, as we were talking, I just thought of something. All your applications, you did your first application in Nigeria to get the masters that brought you to the UK, and then the second masters that you applied and then you got, and then your PhD that you got that we're talking about.
Yes.
Did you do all of them yourself? Did you use a recruitment agency?
For the first master's program
from Nigeria,
because I came in through funding.
Yeah.
I didn't go through the stress of just applying everything myself.
Okay.
So they ask you to provide your information. The fund already, they have their own, how they PTDF, they know how to go about it themselves. They want to handle it themselves so that they make sure that these are the people we are funding. These people definitely will let them get admission. Yeah. So they did that one. So the one I had to do myself was the master's in business at Mayo University of Strathclyde.
So then did you use a recruitment agency?
I did it myself.
You did it yourself?
Yes, because all the information I needed, they were all on the website.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people also don't realize, because a lot of people feel you need to go through recruitment agencies for any visa application. If
you have too much money or you don't want to read, it's worth trying an agent. Yeah, you don't want to stress yourself. Especially what makes people use agents, because they believe these agents have been doing it for people for a very long time. So they are knowledgeable about it. They're knowledgeable about it. So and they are not willing. Sometimes they are not interested in doing it themselves. They don't want to read through all those things. They are scared. I want to get to the system.
I don't think it's willingness. I think it's fear.
Okay.
And lack of confidence, because it's not what you've done before.
Okay.
Because I remember when I was applying for mine and I had to do personal statement. You don't do personal statement to get into the first one I did in Nigeria. I didn't have to write personal statement, all of that.
Okay.
So and I saw, and this is a different system, and if you're in Nigeria, you're here in the UK, a lot of people want to come to the UK looking at where the best schools are.
Yeah.
So their dreams are coming to some of these best schools. So when you look at that, there's like lack of confidence, tension.
Yes.
So you feel like, okay, doing it myself, you're not very confident.
You might miss one or two documents and the rest.
Exactly. That's the reason. But the problem with that is when people now use this recruitment agents,
they might fall into the wrong hands.
They're now falling into wrong hands. They're now falling into in recent years, there have been growing number of people giving students, collecting hard-earned money from these students and giving them fake admissions.
Yeah.
Admissions to fake universities,
fake cars.
Yes, fake. Is it CAS? They call not COS.
CAS for students. CAS for CAS for students. Yeah, confirmation of.
Well, part of what you're letting them know today is that you can do this.
You can do it yourself. Go through the website.
Yeah.
Follow the instructions.
Yeah.
Step by step. This UK system is transparent.
Yeah.
If you have it, you have it. If you don't have it, you don't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very transparent. Go through it yourself. You can save yourself that money. But if you feel you still need to use an agent,
look for a reputable
one. Some schools also have agents available to you.
Okay.
Yes, they do. They have agents like the ones that.
And sometimes these agents are free.
They are free. I think maybe they get a cut from the school or something. I don't know, but schools make agents available.
Okay.
So go to the school website or find out from the admissions office agents that are available for you to use their service. It's better it comes from them. Those ones are they are recognized by the school.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't run into criminals.
Yeah, you don't run into exactly. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So now let's go back.
All right.
Let's go back to how you got your PhD. Very interesting.
All right, go
how
for
you
it.
got, because I want to know, because I want for myself as well. And I'm
ready for the stress.
I will be stressed because I know at the end of that stress, my name will be Doctor.
Okay.
Fit. Yes. When you see the way when I introduced you, that's why I said Doctor.
Who told you I didn't care about the doctor title?
Well, I care. And I'm very sure your parents care.
But I don't really care. I am who I am, not by the doctor.
How did you get the particular PhD slots that you got?
Yes, I went to one of these websites I mentioned it earlier.
Okay.
Findaphd.com.
Okay.
This is where you keep scrolling when you're looking for opportunities. You keep looking.
So you going through the website.
Exactly. So I found one of them talking about an area I was interested in.
Okay.
Because even when I wanted to do PhD, I didn't want to do PhD anywhere.
Okay.
Or any field, any discipline. Just I wanted the particular area I was interested in, and this one was about CO2 storage.
Yeah.
I sent an email expressing my interest in the research topic.
Yeah.
Luckily, He responded to me.
Okay. Yeah.
I was invited for an interview, had my interview. That was it. He said you can now apply.
Okay. So wait. So you sent him a message.
Yes.
He called you for an interview.
Yes, before you apply. That's how rigorous the process is. Yes.
So imagine if you had just applied without.
Then you are self-funded. You're going to be self-funded.
Yes. Okay.
And sometimes some schools might not even give you the admission. Sometimes they want you to identify a potential supervisor.
Okay.
That makes it easier for them. What if the topic you are going for, no supervisor is available to supervise that topic or that area? What if for that year the academics, they have enough students they are supervising? They don't want to bite more than they can chew. And
then from there, you now finished your PhD. Am I permitted to say you finished in record time? Because I think you did.
Up to you.
Because I think you did. Now finished in record time. How were you able to do that? Because, like I said, I'm interested in doing, PhD as well. But there's a lot of fear. Some people say you take longer. Like some people have been doing PhDs for 5 years, 7 years, 8 years.
Yeah, of course.
Some people have given up their PhD. Yeah. Some people have forced come back, and you finished in record time. How did you pull that off?
One, I think one of the motivation, you are funded, deliver.
Okay.
Before they gave you the offer, you told them what you can offer them on your own side. So deliver. That is one of them. Two is knowing that this is your own life. It's about you. You are doing it for yourself. It's part of your career growth and development. You are doing it for yourself. So you put in enough effort to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you find relating well with your supervisors? Help?
I think I was lucky on my own end. I had good supervisors.
You had good. You said supervisors. Ones. Did you have more than one?
So basically, in the UK, you have like 2 supervisors. Okay. You can have more depending on the topic you're working on, or multidisciplinary kind of a project that you're working on.
Yeah.
Yeah. In my own case, I had 2.
Okay.
We call it, one is the primary supervisor or principal supervisor, and the second one is secondary.
Yeah.
So that's the idea. So the primary one or the principal supervisor is the one you see more often.
Okay.
While the secondary one might be the one you are meeting like once in a week.
Okay.
You get the idea?
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Okay.
Yeah. So they were very nice and supportive.
How did you navigate that relationship? Did you find it was the same as relating with your lecturers and supervisors in Nigeria? Or was it slightly different?
In Nigeria was first degree. You're really not doing a research that's that intensive.
Okay.
Let me put it that way. I don't know how to put it. It's not that detailed like your PhD. It's not as intense, you know. So it's quite different. So my relationship with my boss in Nigeria was still good, very good. I didn't even have any problem with them.
Okay.
Not at all. It was very good.
So I actually have something to say about this, because we happen to go to the same university, even though we were not friends at the time.
Yeah.
And
I think I read more book.
We didn't have a relationship at the time.
Yeah.
So at one point, and I think you were the year before me or the year ahead of me, something like that.
Your course was 4-year course, so we are graduating at the same period. We're supposed to be graduating at the same period.
Okay.
Yeah, because your own was 4 years course.
I know that you were one of the popular students.
Really?
In the university, yes. So you were very well beloved by all the lecturers, I must say, because from my department, I was not in engineering.
That puts you on more tension,
I was not in engineering, and I knew who you were. Okay. Even though and it was a big university. There were thousands of us in the university.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But I knew who you were because your reputation preceded you. So yes. Now that I think about it, you've always had a good relationship with lecturers, and did you find that helped in your PhD as well?
I believe your relationship really matters for because these are people you are meeting all the time. Okay. Sometimes you might need funding for some software that you don't have.
Yeah.
You need to approach them well. You need to be nice. Otherwise, they will say no. Use the one we have. Okay. You understand? But when you're approaching them, explaining what they can just decline because you don't have a good relationship.
Yeah.
And your proposal might just be declined because you can't prove it enough. They don't understand what you are doing.
Yeah.
You understand? But when you are carrying them along, they know exactly what you are doing, why you need it, at what point you will need it. When you are requesting, this one cannot handle the kind of simulation we are going to do. Okay. I'm proposing we use this one. You are now sending your request. They approve it.
Okay.
Good relationship, very important.
What's like your recipe for success in academia? Because you're very well.
Be humble, because one thing about my own academic record is you, as a professor, you might be thrown off balance and have more problem with me.
Okay.
You have distinction in this, you have first class in this, you have this, you have that. Then some supervisor will be scared. Can you tell this guy would be humble, be willing to follow my guidance? Calm down. Learn. Yeah. Learn from them.
So humility
is key.
Humility.
Learn from them. If they correct you, appreciate the correction.
Yeah.
Even if you feel okay, the feedback might not be 100% accurate, but approach them well. This is why I was trying to do this one. This was why I was in. Say it well, not in a rude way.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this is this. What do you know? They will dump you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your recipe for success is people skills.
Yes.
Okay. I think I have that, so I think I'll be fine. I think I'll graduate in record time.
Congratulations!
Thank you very much. I think I'll graduate in record time as well. I don't think I have any other question to ask you, except to ask on this subject.
Yes.
Talking about like student visas and going through the academic process in the UK for the past 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 7+, almost 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
The only question I want to ask is, what advice do you have for aspiring international students and international students in the UK that are in one or two stages, or in different stages, and thinking, what am I going to do? How is this going to work? Do you have any advice?
What I would say is, don't give up and don't calculate the money. One thing, when I finished my first degree in Nigeria, one thing my mentor then told me is, don't think about the money, apply.
Your mentor back in Nigeria?
Called me, don't think about the money, apply. Write so far.
Okay.
Write this one. Write that one. The English test. Yeah. Write the one of the standard tests. Write this and that. I was writing. Okay. I didn't even care about the money. I knew I didn't have it. Money in international school. Exactly. Yeah. Those things that you have, eventually they are the things you'll be showing to schools, showing to academics. This is what I have. This is what I can offer. And those are the qualifications, the different exams. Imagine you have TOEFL in your hands.
Yeah.
And the school need English test. You already have it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So prepare yourself and start applying. Also, while you're in school, or let's say you've gotten in now, in school, get the relevant, join the relevant membership. Try and get them.
Okay.
If you are in Nigeria, join the relevant ones.
Okay.
Yeah, join the relevant ones. You might be lucky. Become a chartered engineer even before you finish your PhD. Yeah. Because these things are based on the projects you've done.
Okay.
Projects you've led, projects you've handled, multidisciplinary things, work with them, collaborate with people. Okay. Not just say, let me just do my research. As you're doing the research, collaborate with different institutions on projects. Yeah. Collaborate with different institutions on research. Work on your stuff. And this is how people end up getting global talent easily. Yeah, because you are preparing for all these things.
Yeah, joining the relevant membership. Yeah.
The relevant chartership. How much effort are you putting in?
Yeah.
That's what UK is looking for. This guy, is he a potential? Is he going to add value to this country? Does he have the potential to add value to this country? That's what they are looking for.
Okay.
Also,
publishing papers. Yeah.
Start working on your paper. Start paper. Even if it's a review paper, publish something.
Okay.
Throw something online.
Okay. Yeah. Throw something online. Okay.
This is eventually they will count.
Yeah.
Especially for the global talent application. So what you are doing strategically.
Yeah.
Not just come on LinkedIn and just join, add, connect, and this. Strategically look for people that will add value. Focus on what you want.
Yeah.
That's how you get the opportunities.
Okay. So when you say like connections on LinkedIn, what kind of connections then were you getting on LinkedIn?
I realized mine late.
Okay.
So my strength then was collaboration with different institutions.
Okay.
For research, for projects, and the rest of them. So I'm talking about now that LinkedIn has become more popular things now that people have access to. Yeah. Because almost every day you see adverts, pages, content adverts on LinkedIn. Almost every day.
Okay.
So contact those people. Know what to do especially as you are seeing those adverts.
Yeah.
You know what they require. This is the skill they want.
Yeah.
This is the software they need you to know how to
Yeah. Okay, thank you very, very much. I feel like you've said a lot now. Okay. I'm going to stop this video here for the sake of length, and we'll take a short break and then we will talk about the Global Talent Visa.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, yes, okay. Thank you very much. Thank you guys. Watch out for the next part of this video, which will be dropping next week. That we'll be talking about the Global Talent Visa. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.